good morning. Welcome back to my channel. This is Filthy Ketchup. Thank you for tuning in. To all my new subscribers, thank you. So happy you're here. Today we're talking about Antoinette Frank, the killer lady cop. She was dangerous. She abused her authority over others. She dreamt of being a police officer just so she could have power over others. This is the story of Antoinette Frank. It's shocking, it's chilling, it's disturbing. So get your drinks, have a seat, and listen to this. You will not believe it. Antoinette Renee Frank was born on April the 30th, 1971. She dreamt of becoming a police officer her entire life. She wanted to be a police officer, but not to help the community, and she didn't care about the vulnerable. Antoinette Frank wanted to have absolute power over others, and that's exactly what she did. She applied to the New Orleans Police Department 3 times in the early 1992. When you apply to be a police officer, you have to have a psychiatric examination because obviously you're carrying a gun, you're dealing with the public. So they gave Antoinette Frank 2 psychiatric evaluations, and 2 psychiatric evaluations she failed. She failed them straight away. So what she did, she went to a private psychiatrist, paid him to get the results she wanted, and put that through the system. She became a New Orleans police officer in early 1993. Now, this oversight on the part of the New Orleans Police Department could be explained by the rapid turnover of police officers, and also by the fact that they were very, very short-handed. They didn't have enough officers to walk those beats. So Antoinette Frank managed to slip in the back door, and she became a police officer. Now, one of her early arrests was a man called Roger LeCar. Roger LeCar was a young drug dealer. He was young, he was sexy, he was fun, and him and Antoinette Frank, straight away they clicked and they got together. And one of the things that they would do is they would rob people. So he would get in the police car, they would drive around, and they would do home invasions, robberies, and what have you, allegedly. What isn't alleged is Antoinette Frank, what she actually did. Now, a lot of police officers, they work security detail. So if you've got a lot of cash on your premises, or you own a club, or you own a restaurant, or something like that where there's a lot of cash going on, one of the things you can do is you can pay a uniformed officer to just be there, as a deterrent. So Antoinette Frank was working in a Vietnamese restaurant as a security guard. Antoinette Frank worked at the Kim An Vietnamese restaurant in New Orleans as a security detail. Now, on the night of March the 4th, 1995, Antoinette Frank and Roger LeCar went into the restaurant. They'd already been there once to get some leftover food to eat in the police car. They went back, and Antoinette Frank pulled a gun and said, "Where's the money?" Roger LeCar stayed in the front of the restaurant. Antoinette Frank went round the back, and the 2 terrified teenagers, Han and Wan Vu, they were the Vu family, the Vietnamese family. Han and Wan Vu were hiding in the back, terrified. Antoinette Frank storms in the back, demands to get the money. When she's got the money, she pulls her gun and shoots Han Vu 9 times, execution style, close range. She then stalks the teenage girl and shoots her 7 times, close range. But arguably the most shocking, the most egregious murder that she committed, the most egregious murder that she committed was her fellow police officer, Ronald A. Williams. Ronald A. Williams was a young man with a family. When he was called to that scene, he was shot mercilessly by his fellow police officer, Antoinette Frank. Ronald A. Williams was shot in the neck, severing his spinal cord and paralysing him instantly. He would not have been able to move. He would not have been able to cry for help. After these shocking and disgusting murders, Antoinette Frank was immediately apprehended, as there was one survivor of the restaurant who identified her and Roger LeCar. Antoinette Frank was convicted and she was sent to death row, where at the moment she is the only woman on Louisiana's death row. Roger LeCar was sentenced to 20 years to life and was released 20 years later. The story of Antoinette Frank shows the shockingly thin line between authority and abuse. Who polices the police? When something goes wrong, what should we do? The stringent psychiatric conditions should have been enough to capture Antoinette Frank before she had a chance to do damage. However, one thing we can be sure of is that Antoinette Frank is in the right place now. She remains on Louisiana's death row, an example of a killer cop. Thank you for listening. Please like, share and subscribe. If you like true crime and you like unpacking things, this is the channel for you. Lovely to see you today. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Bye.